Tips and strategies on how to motivate your loved one toward recovery. It can be difficult to motivate a loved one to take steps toward recovery. They may feel overwhelmed or scared, and may not feel ready to make a change. It is important to remember that recovery is a process, and it takes time and patience. In this video, we will discuss some tips and strategies for motivating your loved one toward recovery. We will also provide advice on how to support them during their journey. How can you help your loved one recover from addiction? The first step is to understand that addiction is a disease. It's important to remember that addiction is not a choice, and it's not something that can be simply overcome with willpower. Just like any other chronic illness, addiction requires professional treatment and support. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, the best thing you can do is encourage them to seek help. Offer to go with them to their first meeting with a treatment professional, or help them research different treatment options. Let them know that you're there for them and that you want to help in any way you can. If your loved one is already in treatment, support their efforts by attending family therapy sessions, or joining a support group for loved ones of addicts. You can also help by making sure they have a stable home environment and access to resources like transportation and childcare. Most importantly, be patient. Addiction recovery is a long and difficult process, but it is possible. With your love and support, your loved one can overcome addiction and build a healthy, happy life. Ways to motivate your loved one toward recovery. If you have a loved one who is struggling with addiction, you may be wondering how you can help them get on the path to recovery. Here are a few ideas that may help motivate your loved one toward treatment and sobriety. One way to motivate your loved ones toward recovery is to express your concern for their well-being. Addiction can take a toll on one's physical and mental health, so it's important to let your loved ones know that you are worried about them and want to see them get help. Offer to go to counseling appointments with them, help them look for treatment options, or just be a listening ear when they need to talk. You can also try to appeal to your loved one's logic by explaining how addiction is affecting their lives in negative ways. If they are struggling financially because of their addiction, for example, point out how treatment could help them get back on track. How to support your loved one through recovery. If your loved one is going through recovery, there are many ways you can support them. Here are some tips. Be patient and understanding. This is a difficult time for them, and they may not be able to do everything they used to do. Encourage them to stay involved in treatment and attend appointments. Recovery is a process, and they will need all the support they can get. Make sure they have a support system. This could include friends, family, or a support group. Encourage healthy coping mechanisms. This could include exercise, journaling, or spending time outdoors. Be there for them emotionally. This is a difficult time for them, and they may need someone to talk to. What are the different stages of recovery? The first stage of recovery is the detoxification stage. This is when your body starts to rid itself of the harmful substances that it has been exposed to. During this stage, you may experience withdrawal symptoms as your body adjusts to being without the substance. The second stage of recovery is the rehabilitation stage. This is when you begin to learn how to live without the substance and start to rebuild your life. During this stage, you will work on developing new coping skills and rebuilding relationships. The third stage of recovery is the maintenance stage. This is when you have been sober for a period of time and are working to maintain your sobriety. During this stage, you will continue to work on your coping skills and relationships. You may also start to think about how you can give back to the recovery community. No matter what stage of recovery you are in, it is important to remember that you are not alone. There are many people who are walking the same path as you. Recovery is a journey, and there is no finish line. Each day is a new opportunity to live your life to the fullest. So take it one day at a time and enjoy the ride. How to get professional help for an addicted loved one. It can be difficult to watch a loved one struggle with addiction. You may feel helpless and want to do something to help, but you may not know how. Here are some steps you can take to get professional help for your addicted loved one. Talk to your loved ones about your concerns and let them know that you want to help them get treatment. If they are receptive, look into different treatment options and find one that will be a good fit for them. Help them to make an appointment with a doctor or therapist who specializes in addiction. Accompany them to their appointments and provide support during their treatment. If you are struggling to cope with your loved one's addiction, there is help available for you as well. Talk to a therapist or counselor about your situation and they can give you guidance on how to best support your loved one through their recovery. Addiction is a difficult thing to overcome, but with the help of professionals and loved ones, it is possible.